sec. All right.
Okay, so we're live now.
Yep.
Well, why don't you make an intro?
I was right about to do that.
Sorry for interrupting you.
I have to um hold up. Before we do that, my in
Also, like, drop me a link. Drop me a link so I can tag everybody in my Discord
yep.
of the
That's what
stream.
everybody wanted in my in Rise. Uh, I'll just cut this out when I release the stream as a video.
Yeah, no worry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I link you to a video on accident? I might
Where
have.
did you drop the link? Because there's two links in our conversation on Discord, and both of them are not accessible.
Oh, yeah. That would have been the old stream. Sorry. This should be the new one. Oh my
Oh,
god, I
okay.
spelled your name wrong too. That's
No
okay.
worry.
I'll probably fix it later. Or can I fix it
Sigvald, let's go.
now?
Okay, let me just tag everybody on Discord, and we should be good to go. Okay, we should be good to go. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, let me open Discord again because I pressed X on it. There we
You're
go. I
okay.
thought I just got out of the conversation by mistake. Let me actually also enter the link so I can also see the chat, and we should be good to go. Okay, so what do you want to talk about?
All right. Hi guys, I'm Uni, and today I'm here with Sigvald.
Hey, hello there.
And we're gonna be talking about the meta and the artifacts that have released recently. So, first things first, I want to start talking about Puppet, Zatanna's Puppet. So, how do you feel about Zatanna Puppet gameplay? First of all.
It's a little bit of a weird subject because on one hand we have characters that just spam puppets, and yeah, it's a funny thing the first time you start doing it and see that you're able to do it. It's funny the next couple of times, but when you're stuck just spamming it stops being funny. But at the same time, those are not the best teams. Kind of the best teams with Puppet is things that power up using the damage against target from Puppets,
Right.
like powering up League of Anarchy with the Puppets Zatanna or something like that. Or yeah, Beast Boy is the exception to the rule where he just spams Puppets. But yeah, I feel like overall it's a good artifact that even though it has kind of a dumb gameplay, sometimes it offers enough diversity.
I would have to disagree because I think public gameplay is super boring, but it's a great artifact. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if it's a little boring to just sit in the corner and spam specials, uh, it's pretty.
Yeah, I see that, but at the same time, I talked about the other use of Puppet, where you have it on Zatanna and you have to balance, for example, tagging in Zatanna and not losing your Puppet stacks and keeping those damage against target stacks up, and then tagging in Harley, which makes the League of Anarchy gameplay, for example, a lot more complicated than it usually is.
Yeah,
You can
that's
also do
true.
this for Batman the Drowned, I guess. With Zatanna, I tried that.
I saw your video the other day. You were doing Batman Ninja Lord Joker with a puppet, and then Batman Ninja Robin with the Beta Club.
Yeah.
So I actually saw someone who did the same thing, but they used Catwoman um, and Lord Joker instead because I guess they didn't have gears for Robin. So it seems like it can be like an okay strategy, but I mean we have the Beta Club free now from League Invasions, but it's still very much like a pay to win artifact.
I would never call that free because in theory we had the beta club free before the league invasions, but it was that sort of situation where you might drop it 1 out of 1,000 times when you get the chance to drop something from Rise of Krypton, and it's close to the case now too with league invasions. Like
Yeah,
just because it's there and it happens only once a month, let's not act like it's a free to play artifact and everybody has a real chance to get it.
yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's probably the best investment you can make. Like if you're gonna spend money, it's probably best if you get like either gears or a beta club.
Yeah, but you can't really recommend people to get Beta Club because that means they have to gamble for Beta Club with real
I
money.
guess that's true. I mean, it depends if it's a lot of money for you. For me personally, it's not a lot, but
Well, how much is a lot of money? Because I've seen people dropping all the way up to $200 and still not getting the Beta Club. You can't really tell how much money it's gonna cost. That's why you can't say if it's a lot of money or not. If it had a like fixed price, if it was like $100, I'd be like, yeah, get yourself a Beta Club instead of a 4-star legendary character. That's a much better investment. But I can't recommend people get Beta Club because I don't know how much money they're gonna spend.
right. Yeah. I got lucky, I won't lie. I probably dropped like 60 and I got like 3 beta clubs. So,
Oh boy.
yeah. Um so I guess that doesn't really apply to me. But how do you feel about Beast Boy the puppet? You like it or
Yeah, I love Beast Boy with Puppet. I hate Beast Boy with every single thing but Puppets, but I love Beast Boy with Puppets. And I think I love it because the character is so bad overall in terms of his hit patterns. I just hate them so much that I'm just glad that we can have a dumbass gameplay for him where I don't need to use my brain or interact with his bad design. I love Puppet Beast Boy.
that's where I love like Beast Boy. I think his basics and his specials are really fun. Except for his special one that kind of sucks.
Yeah, the special one is kind of cringe because it backs you off. The special two is nice because it's a stun. The third special is nice. And I guess his hits you could eventually get used to, but they just feel uncanny, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen someone try like a Jokerized Batarangs or something like that and doing like a basic build, but I imagine it probably wouldn't do nearly as well as a special 3 spam. So,
I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose. Every build you're going to do on Beast Boy or every setup you're going to centrate around the third special because you got that dot damage on it and
yeah.
you're going to get really nice interactions out of it with crit, with damage buff.
Mm. And the thing is, you don't even need like Zatanna Puppet. Like, if you use a crown, you'll pretty much always get a special refund. So,
Yeah, but then you have to interact with his basic hits and combo interrupt, and I don't like that. I just don't like his basics.
that's understandable. Um, all right then. How do you feel about Raiden getting
Raiden being what? The
reworked like the Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
thing?
I really like Raiden. I really like Raiden. It's not like he was game breaking because we kind of had what he provided previously. Like right now, he's basically what King with Twin Blade was before the Raiden release. But that's great because now you can get your King and use a puppet on him or use him somewhere else or not use him at all because Raiden is a bit better. Yeah, I like Raiden very much. I wish we get more characters like this that don't break the game but have a cozy room there to be slotted somewhere instead of something else.
Yeah, no, I feel that because we have like a lot of characters that are super like old and outdated. Like Raiden, for example, was one of those characters, and then they made him not stupidly OP. You know, he's about on par with King, but they made him like usable. You know,
Yeah, I really like what they did with Raiden. They don't like what they did with Sub Zero.
dude, they did Sub Zero dirty. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I
Like
feel like they made him worse.
It's literally to the point where why do you complicate yourself so much with those systems? Who do you think got time to tag in a clone to do some basics in between? I don't even know in designing some characters what goes through their brain. Bro, I would love to get the footage when they rework a team like this and they play the gameplay that in their brain is supposed to work and is supposed to deal the damage. I would love to be able to
Right.
see that and laugh.
Well, the thing is, the problem is like the developers don't actually play the game. I mean, we've
I mean, they
had
play it a
a
bit.
bit, right? We've had gameplay and stuff, and they know how to like do a tag and stuff like that. But like, they're not gonna be combo interrupting. They're not gonna interact with advanced like mechanics in the game. They're just gonna
I
do
mean,
like a couple specials. Oh, sorry to interrupt.
oh no, I kind of interrupted you. I didn't know you're gonna keep going. But what I was getting to is that at some point, I'm not sure how credible the source is. Some guy DM'd me and he said that he knows somebody who worked for a bit on Injustice Mobile. And the thing is, they tend to keep hiring freelance work for the game and for designing the characters, allegedly. So the people who are there and working on the characters don't really have the incentive to learn the game that well because they're likely not going to stay there for long.
Oh,
Or at least that's what I've heard.
that makes sense. But
And
like,
that's why we get kind of variations between some of the character designs.
mm,
Like the people who were designing characters back when Manta was released, oh boy, that was some good stuff.
yeah, I like Manta a lot. He's really smooth. I
Yeah,
just released a video uh, last night actually, and I was talking about the difference of the damage dealers from 2017 to now, and you can really see a difference.
yeah, a lot of things have changed, but it's all a bit of a scary change in terms of how much of a difference it is. Like we went from dealing like I think 2 million something damage was the peak damage at some point was the damage record 2 million whenever the league race got
Right,
released and it was done by Pratt or Batman. Now we're doing 2 billion and we still have half the fights.
right. Yeah, no, I was literally just talking about that. We have like people literally just soloing T10 pretty much, which is it's crazy now because of all the artifacts, and the strategies that are like now here. But before, all we really had was combo build, tagging all blades, Predator Batman Special 3.
And honestly, I kind of miss to an extent that gameplay. I wouldn't want to go back to the point where it was that gameplay on and on again, because that's obviously boring. But I would love to see a team that actually gets a benefit from functioning like that, because we don't get that anymore at all.
Right. I miss it. I mean, I've been playing the game since the day it released. So it's just like kind of crazy to see. People just didn't know what they were doing, and now like everything is just everyone just kind of watches like a YouTube video. Like everyone, I feel like you kind of got it figured out the majority of the game. So, people will watch you and then they won't really figure out themselves.
I mean, the something else that you gotta understand is that for a lot of people, time is somewhat limited. So rather than taking a lot of time to figure out something yourself, you might as well Google it
Right.
and save yourself some time. And at the same time, I don't really have everything figured out. I was really tryharding to be the absolute best I can at the game, like in the first 3 years. Because when I started YouTube, I was not really great at the game, and I started to get better and better throughout the first 3 years of doing YouTube. And I got a bit burnt out by that. And I'm like, look, I'm happy with the point I am right now in terms of my game knowledge and my skills, and my channel is anyway for the most part more like a channel that people hang out with me while they're playing just to mobile themselves. Is not the peak performance content, so that I'm fine at the point where I am, but it could definitely improve.
Right, right. I mean, if you want to peak, just go to Night Fury. That's
Yeah,
pretty much my
there's
advice.
people who do things that are a bit more crazy than Night Fury, because the problem with Night Fury is that is working and he's constantly on the road, so he'll have to stop in a parking lot to play his league rates or soul rage or something like that. He can't be just real sweaty there sitting at the table and doing the most amazing combo interruptions out there. But he's great. He's
Yeah.
absolutely great.
Yeah, and you guys should show support for vultures and stuff. They're really nice people. Uh, I think you're still vultures, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
still have under my videos the links to the discords. Like
Yeah.
if you need a new link.
Yep. They're good people. You know, join the Rise community. That's my community. We're really nice people. Um, but yeah, I like Night Fury a lot. I've been watching him for a long time.
Yeah, I've been
Um,
watching him myself since I started my channel almost. I'm not sure if he had a YouTube channel, but I think he had, even when I started.
you
But yeah,
started
he's great.
2020, right? Or was it 2019?
Yeah, I think so. In 2020, I think. Also, somebody that plays really well and is relatively active is Enraged Hate. That's also a very good channel to watch.
Hmm. Yep. Or you could just watch me.
Oh
Anyway.
boy, yeah, the only video I watched from you, to be fair, because you have the link to your channel in your Discord,
Hmm.
so I went snooping around and I saw the video where you're comparing like the characters from years past, but I didn't watch all of it. Like your last video, your most recent one.
Hmm.
But as far as gameplay, I can't tell.
Yeah, no, I haven't really posted a lot of gameplay, mostly just chest openings because they're really easy to do, you know.
Yeah.
So, um,
Also, I think I remember you by the YouTube channeling because the channeling you have on Discord is your old YouTube name, and it was something like Pink Unicorn something. I do
yeah,
remember in the comments
yep,
actually.
Mr. Doctor Professor Pink Unicorn.
Oh boy, we're not gonna lie, that's kind of cringe.
It's okay. I made it when I was like 12, so
Yeah, yeah, fair,
it's
fair.
understandable. But it's just uni or uni or however you want to call me. Um,
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you like.
yeah. And Beast Boy, actually, speaking of, and Night Fury, I just saw he made a video basically one shotting a boss with one special three with Beast Boy,
Yeah,
which is pretty
that was
insane.
expectable to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Um, the last that kind of video I think was something Brainiac, Mr. Freeze, Raven, and Raven also has Puppet, and you get one shot from one jump attack of Beta Club with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. I got my first like 213 mil dot per second the other day, and it was just Raven and Mr. Freeze classic Wonder Woman. So,
I mean,
um
yeah, that crit damage goes crazy with the Beta Club
yeah.
modifiers.
Oh yeah.
Something about classic Wonder Woman was that previously, at least when she released, she was not really doing that much for the free to play side of things. It was more great for the beta club side of
Hmm.
things, but then it works with Batman the Drowned. It's pretty good now. I wish I had like five classic Wonder Womans on my secondary accounts, and I would find room for each one of them in every single team.
Pretty much. It's
That
like
crit damage is just amazing.
she can be put pretty much anywhere, and you know now that we have like Puppet Mr. Freeze, she's really good there. Um,
Yeah.
you could stick her pretty much anywhere, you know. Batman Drowned.
Look, another thing that's great about Puppet, it makes Mr. Freeze viable, even though the gameplay is very goddamn dumb, but at least
Yeah,
the free to play side of things has something to do with him.
yeah, that's it's true. Um, other than that, there's a lot of legendary characters or characters in the game that have been released recently that I feel like that are honestly kind of trash.
I mean,
Like,
it depends. I've learned throughout the years to be a lot more accepting with a lot of characters
hmm,
because I'm only looking at what I want from that character, and when I'm looking at what I want from that character is for the character to deal high damage and raids and soul rates.
Right.
But there's a lot of people who don't really care too much about that. They just want to live their DC fantasy and see if that character satisfies it. And there are people that actually care about the performance of that character in other game modes. And now we got League Invasion, and I really can't push any longer the narrative of, oh, I don't care about Arena Champions Arena, because no, there's League Invasions too, and that's where you actually need strong characters.
Right. And for a long time, at least, I remember you pushed super hard for. I mean, not as much anymore, league raids, but mostly solo raids, and it's still a good reason to, push for. But now that we have league invasions, I think it's a pretty good game mode. You know, it gives us a lot of purpose for a lot of the characters that we didn't use before.
Problem is they lost a lot of interest in league raids with the first season. Like this season is fine because they did fix a lot of the bugs, and at the same time you can't really beta test something that requires multiple leagues to play in it. You need those
Right.
leagues to play in it, and you do need to see what's broken. But it still doesn't change the fact that people absolutely lost interest in League Invasions after that first horrible season.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. Like getting one shot from a black man to jump attack blocked, or a blocked dark side bombardment. It's pretty awful. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, that was because Brainiac
Yeah.
didn't work because he could have broken it even further because at first he was capping damage at one. Then they were like, okay, remove all the damage caps in the game, which also remove the cap from entropy as well.
Yeah.
And then you were getting one shots. And that's like the least of my concerns with what happened in the first months. Bro, I was in a league, right? And we were winning fights, we were getting points, we were destroying every single outpost of the enemy, and ours were still standing, and we had 0 points. It was showing zero
Yeah. The
points.
points were
First week,
messed up.
yeah, first week we promote. Second week we promote. Third week I think we don't promote, even though we've beaten every single opponent and they've barely touched our defensive bases. Like we did well, we did real well compared to the other people. We didn't promote because the point system was garbage.
Yeah. I'm glad that they went back and like fixed it. We have it looks like they nerfed it, the attack that the opponents have, because I don't seem to be getting like one shot anymore. Yeah, I take a lot of damage, but without entropy or brainiac, you still have like a chance to not like die instantly.
I guess I'm just still kind of getting one shots. I know what opponents you've been fighting, but I'm still getting one shot when you see that 4 to 5 mil threats Dark Side Brainiac Collector team or
Oh no.
Brainiac Man team. By the way, what setup are you most afraid of in terms of Dark Side Brainiac plus what? Because it can be plus Manta, plus Collector, or plus just like Superman. Which is the one you find most annoying to deal with?
I definitely think Manta's pretty bad. Like if you take a block special, you're still taking a ton of dot damage, and then you can't heal. That's also pretty bad. And then he's got like strong basics. I don't mind Collector too much. He's
Yeah,
not the worst in the
Collector.
world.
Yeah, he's a bit overrated. You can kind of deal with him, but all it takes is one unlucky Darkside bombardment that you get to dodge or back away from, and him doing a special too. And
Right. That's pretty
good luck
bad.
with that.
And right now they have a bug with Darkseid's bombardment that it'll go on the ground, and then it'll stay on the ground until you step on it, and it'll hit
What do you
you.
mean?
Like Darkseid, if you go and fight him, he'll have a bombardment, and it'll shoot down, right? And then it'll stay on the ground until
Oh, the like signal for it. Does it drop or is just chilling
it
there as a
stagger it
visual?
staggers you.
Oh, it's like a mine trap after the bombardment. Oh boy, they
Yeah.
buffed my boy Darkseid.
No, it's pretty awful. I hate dealing with it. I just plain and out refuse to fight Darkseid in the arena now.
I didn't see that. I need to get into the game and see the buff to my boy Darkseid. Does it work on your own Darkseid though?
I don't know. I only have a 3-star
Actually,
dark
it's
side.
kind of irrelevant because the AI kind of always gets hit by the bombardments.
Right. So other than that, I actually don't find that the legendary teams is the worst to fight. I think the worst to fight is the silver teams. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
hate
yeah,
fighting
yeah,
silver Superman, and then they put
yeah.
a
That's
Green
that's
Lantern.
that's an awful experience, and it's
Yeah,
not really about the characters you're fighting; it's about the tools you have at your disposal in
right.
terms of fighting.
And do you
Is
know the modifier that makes you miss on a basic, and
Yeah,
then the opponent starts their combo and then specials you?
yeah, and couple that with Silver Superman's passive that already makes you
Right.
have a chance to miss, and you're gonna have lots of fun against that.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. I don't know if you've ever fought a silver team with a silver scarecrow and a silver Superman, but it's not fun at all.
Oh, yes, I haven't fought Silver Scarecrow, but that's a character I've been thinking that might be better in that team instead of Green Lantern, because the Green Lantern shield is not big and it's gonna go away fast. I
Right.
feel like it's a little bit of a wasted slot. But for Epic Scarecrow, that bad boy can pull you
Oh
back
yeah.
in when you try to tag out.
Yeah,
That
it's pretty
sounds
annoying.
annoying.
I mean, one
Or a
twin
Grodd.
blade.
What?
I said one twin blade and his, Green Lantern's shield's gone. So,
Yeah, but what about Grodd? He's got a reflective shield too,
yeah, I
and
agree. I
then
think
you get the second body with a reflective shield to deal with.
probably an underrated gold for League Invasions is probably telekinetic Gorilla Grodd, because he does the same thing as Scarecrow. He doesn't stun, but he also has the
He pulls you
reflective
back in and
shield.
damages you. But at that
Yep.
point, when we're getting to like gold characters, you already got so many more options. You're never gonna go to
Right.
Grodd
Right. I mean,
for
everyone
defense.
is just gonna throw in Nightmare Batman, Atrocitus, um,
Hey,
stuff like that. So
have you seen a Hush until now in League Invasions?
yeah, I have. Does he
Boy,
still have
he's
the thing with the infinite?
yeah, he still has the free special. It's the most
Oh,
annoying thing ever.
that sucks.
Yeah, that I've had the unfortunate situations of dealing with that.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I would definitely have to agree. The only way I've been able to get around it is just like infinite comboing and then just like specialing him until he dies.
Yeah, I guess, but at the same time, there's a lot of things to pull you out of the infinite combo,
Right.
like the random chance to miss an attack.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's probably the
I'm
most annoying thing.
Yeah, re- I'm not sure how many people remember it, but at some point they had the idea about nerfing the infinite combos. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And they somehow just introduced a little bit of it in league rates to the point where Dr. Fate, I think, and Grodd for sure will start blocking your hits if
Yeah.
at any point you had an infinite combo going and you reach 40 hits,
Yeah,
and they will just block.
I remember that. I mean, it's not super big, but it wouldn't just be, an infinite combo. It would just be any combo. So say you got a silver banshee, you hit 40 combo, and then when you're trying to swap out and do a special 3, they would block it.
I didn't get that happen. I felt like this only happened if you had some part of your team that was actively doing an infinite combo, like if in between the Serbanshi tagging, let's say you tag the Grodd and you kept the enemy in the corner a bit with the infinite combo. That's
Right.
the only moment when I encountered it.
Because the ghost tapping wouldn't work after like 40 combo. They would just block and then they would start hitting you.
Yeah, no idea about that. I didn't encounter it, but I believe you.
Mm-mm. And then I don't know. I just feel like the rewards aren't that great.
They got a lot better for League Invasions
Mm-hmm.
whenever they added the personal contribution because, I mean, play it or not, it's some free gems every week.
Right. It could be like 1200 if you're in the top spot. So that's definitely like something. But then again, we're also talking about 1,200 every month.
Yeah, I really wouldn't like differences in terms of gems based on the spots that you hit damage for. More like make it scale with the division you're in. The personal gems you get scale with the division you're in, and the difference between the places is not that big because the bigger you make the division between the league placements, the more toxic environment you're gonna create because people are gonna stop trying to do the optimal thing for the league and start trying to do the optimal thing to get the number one spots.
Right. I don't know how your league does the invasions. Do they like send out a list for everyone to put down their like deck or whatever? All the units.
Not really. Like what we do is we have disclosure. I haven't played it for the past 2 weeks because I've been gone during the weekends. But what how they used to do it, I'm not sure if they do it like that now. Pretty much, you just ask everybody to drop whatever they can spare in the defensive things, and then the league leader goes out and sorts the proper teams, and we do get proper teams. Like we do have the top defensive legendary characters in there. We have the proper teams and everybody's contributing. We have those spots filled up and everybody's saving some damage dealers. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. For us, we I don't really like the way my leader does it, but we pretty much they pretty much take like our best units for everybody. And
What?
yeah, so like a lot of people will be like kind of handicapped because, they don't have their strongest characters. But we only
Bro,
need like 12
that's kind of
people.
cringe.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I've been talking to him. We'll get it sorted out.
I mean, the only things that really matter, as far as I remember, are gonna be the star rating and the level of the character
Yeah,
for the passive stats. So if they're not like subtracting the character from you to be used in the front team in the three characters that the enemy is actually gonna fight, I don't see necessarily the threat relevance. More like just put something there that has a decent level and max star rating, and it's gonna be fine.
right.
Like I
How
don't, or maybe talk to them to let you like save three characters or six characters to have like two teams together. I don't know, but just dropping your best character seems to be handicapping you in terms of actually clearing the enemy teams. Are you guys still able to do that?
for what?
For clearing the enemy teams, are you actually able to clear it if
Oh
you're
yeah.
dropping? Oh,
I mean, I solo them by myself a lot. So my league's a little small, but we're trying to grow it. Um if you had to put all of the outposts, how would you put them? Like what teams would you put?
um, well, the silver outpost would be most likely Silver Doctor Fate, Silver Superman, and Silver Scarecrow. As far as bonuses go, immortality, first of all, is absolutely broken because if some character gets killed, it's gonna be brought back to the next fights where somebody else fights, unless all the characters are killed with one health. And that one health can last you a lot of seconds if you got
Yeah.
immortality. So I think immortality is absolutely broken, first of all, in terms of the things that you should have in there. And yeah, other than that, I think power generation is pretty good. How do you feel about the defensive bonuses that you put on outposts?
I think I don't know. A lot of them are kind of just okay. Um I feel like Arsenal, the one where you start with like 5 power bars is actually pretty
Yeah,
bad.
that's good too. Especially if you're opening with something that's like a collector.
Right.
You're opening with collector and you gamble for a chance to start off with a special too. That's good. So what I would put here again would be immortality, both the power things, both the power generation and the power start, and I know for third one maybe a damage cap, maybe.
I feel like the
Yeah, I think the
damage
damage
caps
cap.
aren't as good, because they already have very high health. But I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still good. But it's gonna mess with people like Multiverse Summer Supergirl
Yeah, it really messes with Multiverse Summer Supergirl.
and stuff like that.
But what
So
would you put instead? Because
I
I
would
agree,
do
it's not the most essential thing.
definitely Arsenal. Um, the
Well, that's
chance to
already there.
miss. I don't remember what it's
Uh,
called.
the chance to miss, I think it's from the facilities,
Oh, it's
not
from
the
the
outposts.
facilities.
Yeah, I think it's
Gotcha.
from the facilities, unless I'm wrong, of course.
I'll double check it, but yeah, I would probably do the same thing. Immortality. Um,
Both power and damage cap.
yeah, I would probably do damage cap too. It just messes with enough teams that it's pretty useful.
Bro, I don't know who, like all the officers in a league have access to that. And when I was closely monitoring the league invasions, somebody would just keep messing with the modifiers, and I would see there, oh, somebody had the great idea of putting -5 seconds to the fight. That's an amazing decision. That fight is, of course, gonna go until the end. They're for sure not gonna get one shot in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact
No.
that you're subtracting 5 seconds is gonna be soul crushing for them.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that. I guess. What do you think is like the best gold team?
To fight the gold outpost, well, kind of depends on what you're fighting, but you can, generally speaking, go safe enough. Oh, usually you see a nightmare Batman in there.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to do when I see a nightmare Batman, use my own nightmare Batman. So we get
Right.
nightmare Batman on the first spot, and they just both get stunned as like dumbasses. And then I have Bat Ninja Catwoman and Bat Ninja Robin. Though I feel like they're an extremely solid team.
Yeah.
Because you got the Robin, who's got armor, pierce, and heal on the third special, plus the immortality from Batman Catwoman. And unless you get stun locked or something, that Robin is not gonna die.
Yeah. I found probably the best team is Raiden first slot, Nightmare Batman, then Atrocitus. Super. It's good because Raiden will start and you'll be stunned if you don't use your own Nightmare Batman. He'll just start doing basics on you, and I put Twin Blade on him, so that pretty much immediately kills your first character if you don't have your own Nightmare Batman. And then just the tag-ins with Nightmare Batman and Atrocitus are just gonna be pretty annoying.
Oh, you're talking about defensive team?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you're talking about offensive team. I'm using Batman Catwoman Robin when I'm attacking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, what you said is actually a pretty solid team. You could swap Raiden with a Hush for the annoying factor, I guess, if you wanted to troll the enemy a bit. Also, League of Anarchy is not too bad either. If you're using Nightmare Batman, you open with you do the usual Joker first slot and Nightmare Batman, and yeah, that's gonna be fun for the enemy to deal with.
Yeah, for the attacking team, at least I know the defense um is a lot harder to do, I feel like, because there's so many more attacking teams than defense. For sure. But my main attacking team would probably say I would probably say would be like Heartbreaker's a good one. Um Mortal Kombat team, Scorpion actually does a lot of like that dot damage with a Raiden, and then
Yeah,
um
they probably do even a little bit more damage than the Bat Ninja team, but I'm usually going attack with Bat Ninja team because they're the
right,
safest. There's
right,
almost no way you can kill that Robin.
right, because they're gonna
And
have
they,
that immortality.
yeah, from Bat Ninja Catwoman. Yeah, that didn't work to begin with, still, with League Invasions.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about Batman Ninja, they got nerfed. I mean, it was a while ago, but now they're not as good as they used to be. Beta
Yeah,
Club.
they got their system dumped down. I think they reworked the system because it was tangled with something else, and Every single time it would get messed up, and we would have like 1 month where the Bad Ninja team functions, and another month where the Bad Ninja team doesn't function. And that's called, if you're familiar with the term, spaghetti codes. And probably it was so tangled that they were like, okay, scrap this all together. We're gonna do a new and more stable system. And yes, the Bad Ninja team is worse in terms of damage now. They overall stack less lethal damage. But if I was to choose between the old Batman Ninja team, but having a 50% chance to be bugged after the every single update, or this Bat Ninja team that didn't have any problems except for League Invasion's immortality, I would honestly choose this one.
Yeah, I
If it's
probably would too. And like, so what if it doesn't really? I mean, it still works with Beta Club, but they need like a little extra help.
Yeah, and i- outside of the Beta Club strength that they lost all bits, without Beta Club they weren't that strong previously either.
Right,
Now they're still not that strong.
right. I mean, you could use them like with uh all blades, but in like League raids, but that was pretty much it. You know,
Yeah,
you
they actually got relatively recently. I don't know if you call that recent, but since Puppet got added, I feel like the free to play side of things for the betting team actually got better.
yeah,
Like I've seen people get some insane results out of, though you can need a maxed puppet from this. You get growed out, so you lose the negative effects and power generation, and you add the classic one room, and then you're gonna get Joker spamming that puppet's third special, and I've seen people doing above 1 billion with that.
that's that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was um I was just talking about earlier how the damage against target on puppets getting kind of out of the hand. Like I feel like
I don't think
I think it really boosts up a lot of teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't feel like it necessarily got out of hand. I feel like we would need some diversity in this regard. We would need more ways to do similar things that Puppet does. Because
Right.
Puppet changed the way we play a lot of the teams. And I think that's great, actually.
Mm,
And I would love to see more of that. It seems like Puppet is doing too much simply because we don't have other things doing it, not because it's doing something wrong.
that's true. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I would love to see more artifacts like puppets that kind of change up the gameplay to get a good result out of changing up the gameplay.
Yep. And Kamidogu dagger. What do you think about that?
It's a little bit of a weird one. Like it's not strong, but it's not weak. Also, do we account for the Batman the Drowned use of it? Because that's
Yeah,
insanely
it's
strong.
pretty
If
good.
Batman the Drowned keeps using it like this, it's one of the best artifacts in the game because it's gonna get your Batman Drowned to 2 billion damage a lot faster. Is it gonna get nerfed or removed the next update? Because Batman the Drowned should not interact with damage on basic hits, and they removed that when it happened with Twin Blade? Probably. So I don't know what I think about the Kamidogo dagger because I don't know what's gonna happen to it. Like right now, if we consider the Batman the Drown synergy, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
If
Um.
you take that away, is a mid artifact.
Right. I would say she's probably gonna get. You know, it's probably not gonna work on her after the next update. It's just like really strong for her. You know. I mean, she can already do 2 billion, but
But she's already strong. The only thing you're
yeah.
doing is helping out people who don't have her at the point yet where she can do that without the Kamidogo dagger.
Right.
And it's not like people were not already doing 2 billion damage with 6 teams if you care about balance.
Right. Other than Batwoman the Drowned, it's just like it's okay. You know, it's okay on like League of Anarchy.
Yeah, it's okay. I have a video coming up tomorrow where I do 2 billion damage with League of Anarchy with Kamidogo Dagger on Harley.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool. But it's not something that was impossible.
Right. It
It's not
just
something new.
it's okay like on like Black Manta, even though Black Manta is kind of
Excuse
irrelevant
me.
now.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not doing much though.
Other than that, there's just no one that can really use it. I mean, sure, like you could do some like stuff with this the second passive that don't lose combo hits after a special. But at that point, just use like a crown or something, literally anything else as a support, you know?
Yeah, but you don't really care about combo. Like, name one team in the game that really cares about not losing that combo to the point where you would slot in an artifact for that.
Yeah, yeah,
No, nobody. And it also runs into a problem that the sharp sight ran into, though. As far as I'm aware, that's actually a pretty good artifact in Arena Champions, Arena and League Invasions. But with the sharp sights in terms of the performance and soul rates, I mean, it gave you some damage. Wasn't that bad. Problem is, Crown exists, Dark Metal
right.
cards exist, and I think Kamidoga Dagger suffers from a very similar problem. If a lot of artifacts that we already got for free and are better than it didn't exist, it would be a pretty good artifact.
Mm,
Like if it got introduced uh, as the fourth free-to-play artifact, for example, because we got previously Fatherbox, then we got the uh, uh,
Kryptonite
Kryptonite
Spear?
Spear, then we got the Charm from the Raven Sword, and then if we had the Kamidoga Dagger as the fourth artifact, there you go, the best artifact in the goddamn game, but it's kind of late to the party.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the meta changes, and it's pretty much just like dot and hazard dot at the moment.
Yeah, because of the way numbers are calculated. That's why my boy Orn is not getting any luck.
Yeah,
Orm, excuse me. Orn is actually in League of Legends. Orm is in Just to Mobile.
yeah. No, poor Orm. You know, he's such a cool character, but when it's not benefited by anything other than damage against target, it doesn't crit. Um, you know, it doesn't stack with any. Does it
I
stack?
actually
It doesn't
saw.
stack with character damage buffs, does it?
It's no, it stacks only with damage against targets.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of a sad thing.
But I've actually seen Orm doing 2 billion damage without the Raven or Beta Club or anything. By the way.
Oh, did you? I
Yeah,
forget who
it's
posted it.
though watching. I don't know if I can find a video right now, but that guy had like a 7-star orb. Was in the new soul rates, the most recent one released, had 3 maxed out artifacts or close to it, and had that artifact that they put in the pay to win artifacts that gives you in a way damage against targets.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it
I don't remember the name.
the yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. The necklace, the
Yeah,
charm.
might have been that. Yeah, the charm. I think it was a charm, and yeah, I didn't really cover it because I didn't know the guy and I don't really feel comfortable just grabbing videos without asking
Yeah,
somebody for permission to cover that video. It was
yeah,
pretty cool, but it's not like it's game breaking in any way, shape, or form. Because first of all, we're working with a pay to win artifact that people need to get, and second of all, you're working with triple maxed out passive stats there. So yeah, it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not feeling like it proves much.
right. No, when you have maxed out everything, it's not very realistic for most people. You know, I would much rather have like a 7-star Mr. Freeze or a 7-star Batwoman the Drowned over a 7-star Worm. So,
Yeah, but at the same time, it's cool to see 7-star gameplay because it
yeah,
gives you a feeling of what that character could go towards if you keep investing in it.
right. But no, I posted a few videos, two videos, maxing out legendaries from zero. And I think it took me something like 75,000 gems on a 30% discounted legendary chest.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more factors that go into it than this. You got league donations, you got the random chance to drop from soul rates, so you can kind of keep chipping at it for a while.
Yeah.
Like, look, if I'm not really actively playing the game. What I'm doing for the most part is just playing the soul rate fights because those are the things that I enjoy the most out of the game. But if I was like grinding arena, then champions arena, like if I put one additional hour of grinding into Injustice Mobile every single day since I started playing the game until now, I think I would have absolutely no trouble having all the legendaries in the game maxed out. But most people don't
Yeah.
have that time or don't want to spend that time.
Right.
And
Yeah,
there's
I
nothing wrong with
understand
not
that.
wanting to spend that time on a mobile game.
Right. Yeah, no, I understand that. I think the biggest thing, like the funnest thing for the Injustice 2 mobile community is not actually the game. It's the community. I just love the community so much.
Yeah, something they did really good was that a bit by mistake they spawned a lot of industry mobile communities with the addition of leagues, and
Right.
because you need to coordinate so much in leagues. It's kind of because they made them low key kind of bad to the point where you needed a third party to communicate. I used to play Clash of Clans, I think, and I think in Clash of Clans, when you have something like Clan Wars, you can pretty reliably communicate and coordinate with your clan mates without actually having a Discord or a WhatsApp with them. I think
Right.
them doing a bad job in terms of the ways to communicate in the game actually gave birth to the community to an extent.
Right. And I met like a lot of good people from the community. I've met Cuddles. Cuddles is my buddy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Carlos is my buddy too.
yeah, he's pretty funny. And then, there's the people in Rise and Vultures and Flurheim
Yeah,
and
I'm only familiar with Vulture people mostly. I never been too much of an online person. Like that's also why sometimes you would leave me a message, I would answer you for 5 days. Yeah, that's because in the last 5 days I either didn't open Discord or I opened Discord and didn't even check the notifications. I just went on a server because I was gonna play some Dark Tide with my friends and we only do chats. Like whenever I'm checking Discord and going through the Ingestimal community type of servers or stuff like that, I feel like I'm working, and that's the problem with this.
right. I understand that. And part of the reason, like, sometimes it takes me a long time to get videos out, because it is a game. Like, I love to play, it's fun. But, like, when you make videos about a game, it starts becoming more of like a chore,
I
more of
mean,
a
I
job.
still I still enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it anymore. Because
Right.
I mean, I get options. I can get the normal job. My dad can hook me up with a pretty good paying job at the theater he works at, but I'm still enjoying what I'm doing.
That's pretty
But
cool.
like, for example, not sure how soon I'm gonna live stream again, or if I'm gonna start live streaming again. I'm not sure how often I'm gonna do it because playing in just 2 mobile for how much I play to get the soul rate fights, that's great. That's an enjoyable experience. I like that. Playing in just 2 mobile 2 additional hours to also stream it, I'm not sure I'll like that very much, and I think it's gonna make me like the soul rate fights even less.
Yeah.
That's the problem with live streaming at the moment for me.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I really like playing this game for the first hour every single day, but if it goes past 1 hour of gameplay, like editing videos and thumbnails aside, it kind of starts to piss me off. I'm like, I'd rather be doing something else.
Right.
But like 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, sometimes the best time of the day.
Right. I'll be on for my solo pips. I might fight 5 or 10 arena fights and then I'm out, until, you know, nighttime is when I do like league raids and stuff. But like other than that, I don't really play the game all that much. I got a job and a school still. I'm trying to post some videos in between where I can.
Yeah, obviously your job and school take priority. This is a
Right.
little bit of a hobby, but it's cool to have hobbies.
Yeah, like
And I have many hobbies when growing up. I was just playing video games.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, posting videos and stuff is definitely my hobby. I mean, I don't expect it to shoot anywhere near where you are, but I just do it for fun. I want
Yeah,
to
and that's honestly the
entertain.
best way to do it and the best mindset to do it on.
Mm. I feel that, and like I have a strong desire to help people, so I'll always, if anyone's asking a question, I'll always be the first to answer, stuff like that. So
That's nice of you. If somebody asks for help in terms of Injustice Mobile stuff, I won't be the first to answer because I've made a video on it, and your lazy ass can't even Google that thing.
yeah,
But
yeah,
but that's nice of you.
mm. I know. Surprisingly, I link videos to you a lot actually. So
Yes, sorry for the late replies yet again.
no, 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 you're okay. You're okay. I understand. Uh, some people have a life, so um, but yeah, uh, we pretty much covered all I wanted to talk about. Um, do you have anything you wanted to bring up?
Uh, Not really, not necessarily. I mean, maybe I could think of something for next time.
All
Or
right. Well,
i-
we pretty much
if
covered
you
most of
want to
it.
have me as a guest again, of course.
I would
But,
love to. I mean, you're a great guy. Um, pretty nice. You know, you
bro,
entertained
look,
this whole live stream for me. So,
look. Something I can't. I was gonna say every month, but I can't promise that. But every 2 months, I guess we can do one of these.
all
I
right.
think every 2 months we can set up doing one of these if you like to. Of
Yeah,
course, you can have episodes with other people. It's your goddamn podcast. But what I'm saying is, I can come as a guest every 2 months,
for
most
sure, for
likely.
sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Eh,
start streaming. I think that
yeah,
might be good.
but yeah, don't you want to make an outro for the stream?
But yeah, pretty much it. This was Sigvald and me talking about the meta and the artifacts and all that kind of stuff, and that's pretty much it. So, see you guys.
Goodbye.